now we are in chapters 12-2 and 13-1. We're doing chapter 12 and 13 at the same time. We're going to be finding what's called surface area and volume of prisms. So right now, what you need to do is make sure you're writing down step by step the formulas. Just remember, surface area is always going to be in units that are squared, and volume is always going to be in units that are being cubed. Okay? So cubic units are definitely different than square units. Alright? So right now we are going to start with problem number 6. I'm going to zoom in on problem number 6. Alright, this is a prism. There are two formulas. I'm going to call S is the surface area. So the formula for surface area of a prism is the perimeter of the base times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. That's the formula for surface area. So we're going to start with surface area, get that done, and then we'll work on to volume. Okay? Now, perimeter of the base. The first thing you need to know about prisms is prisms are named by their bases. What is the shape of the base of this prism? Triangle. So this is called a triangular prism. So we're going to name it. We're not going to name it like Steve or Bob. We're going to call it triangular. I know. All right. We'll call it Bob the triangular prism.
Okay.
All right. So how do we solve for Bob's surface area? Like if you were to take a can of spray paint and just start painting it, that's dealing with the surface area. Okay. Now, the perimeter of the base. Let me explain to you what that would be. I'll do it in dotted lines. They're kind of cooler. My board once again will work. It's like feels like it's like the end of the school year. The board just isn't working. All right. So right there, that's the perimeter of the base. So what do we have to solve for? P. Now we have a 9. We have a 15. We just need to know the length of this side. Now, yeah, what do you think? Pythagorean theorem. But we already have the hypotenuse. So we have to do 15 squared minus 9 squared and take the square root. Now, by the way, guys, this is a Pythagorean triple. This is called a 9, 12, 15 triangle, which is basically the same as a 3, 4, 5 triangle. All I do is multiply all these numbers by a 3. So we're not spending time doing the Pythagorean theorem. You guys know how to do that. Okay, that's a 12. Right? If you didn't know how to do that, well, you might need to go back and look at the Pythagorean theorem videos. Okay? But right now, what's our perimeter? All add up. 9 plus 15 is 24. 24 plus 12 is? All right, here we go. So we have 30, bless you. 30, bless you. 36 feet. That's okay. I know some of you students are just allergic to math. It's okay. We'll try to make the best of it. All right. Now, what is the height of the prism? The height of the prism is always the section that connects one base to the other base. So this section right here that connects the two bases. Yeah, so put right here, put height equals 11.5 feet. Now for those of you who are making ridiculous noises in the background, realize I'm actually recording so people can learn. Right? Now, the last thing we're going to find is the capital B. Now the capital B means area of the base. Now the area of the base is like the area of the shape of the base, which happens to be the area of a triangle. So we're going to use the formula 1/2 base times height. Well, what is the base of our triangle and what's the height? Well, what are they always connected by? The base and the height are always connected by a right angle. You see the right angle right here? So you could call 9 the base and 12 the height, or you could call 12 the base and 9 the height. It doesn't matter. Just going to put a 12 and a 9. Now 9 times 12, I believe, is 108. And 108 divided by 2 is 54. So we're going to say this is 54 feet squared. That's the area of the triangle. We're going to shade it in just to help you guys understand that this represents the area right here of the triangle. Okay? So that 54 feet squared is the area of the triangle. So now we're going to plug in everything that we have. S equals P times H, perimeter of the base, times the height, plus 2 times the area of the base. Here we go. What am I plugging in for P? 36 feet. What am I plugging in for H? 11.5 feet. Plus, why do you think the formula says 2 times B? Because how many bases do you have? 2. Yeah, we put 54, except we'll put feet squared. So now you just get the old calculator out. Oh, that's an exponential function. No, for 2, pay no attention to it. 36 times 11.5 plus 2 times the area of the base. And then you just press, bam!
Bam.
522 feet squared. So your final answer for the surface area right here, the final answer for S represents all of the surface area, total surface area, is 522 square feet, also known as feet squared. All right? So that's how, right there. What's the formula that you're going to need for all prisms? This formula right here, perimeter of the base times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. Just remember, capital P represents the perimeter. H represents the section that connects the 2 bases. So I'm going to label H right here so you know that's H. And capital B represents the area of the base. I'll label this. This is capital B, the area of the base. All right, now that we're done with the surface area, all right, now we're going to find this concept called volume. Now, volume for a prism is really, really, really easy. It's the area of the base times the height. That's the formula for volume. Now, the cool news about this particular one is we already know the area of the base because we needed that for the formula for surface area. So what is the area of our base? 54 feet squared. What is the height still? 11.5 feet. So if I have feet squared and I multiply it by another foot, what's going to happen? It's going to make it, yeah. So our volume is going to equal whatever this is times whatever this is. Sorry. So here we go. Just type in 54 times 11.5. Press enter, call it a day, 621. Now what does that mean? That means it's 621 feet cubed, not feet squared. Our board is going really slow right now. Really annoying. I kind of like to do math, but not so slow that it becomes ridiculously, yes, makes me angry. All right, so right now, the volume, this is the volume right here in cubic feet. This is the area right here in square feet. Surface area. You're done. All right, everybody, this right here is another prism, and what's the shape of its base? A pentagon, so please label it. This is a pentagonal prism because it's in the shape of a pentagon. By the way, the formulas are the same. Perimeter of the base times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. And volume is the same as before. Area of the base times the height. Okay? Now we're going to find the super easy parts. Capital P and H. The hard part is finding capital B. Perimeter is just 14 times 5. So that gets us 70 centimeters. Because if this is a regular pentagon, which it is, okay, that's 14 all the way around. 14 times 5 is 70. Now, what did I tell you the height was? It was always the section that connects the 2 bases. And what section connects the 2 bases? 8. So you're going to put the height right here, everybody, is 8 centimeters. Now, the hard part is finding the capital B. The capital B is the shape of a pentagon. So what do we have to find the area of? A pentagon. Now, that formula is this. 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. Well, guess what? Literally, all we have to find is one piece. Because what do we already have? We already have the perimeter. That's going to be what? 70 centimeters. So right now, that's all this information that we have. So all we have to do is find the apothem. Now, what is the apothem? I'm going to do it in red. The apothem goes from the middle of the side straight to the center of the pentagon. So I'm just going to pretend that's the center. Okay? So we're going to look at a little triangle right here. So what is this distance going to be right in here? That's got to be 7. Good. 7. What would this angle have to be? Now, if you remember the video from Dr. Evil, 36, yes. This angle in a regular pentagon, whenever you create it, will always be 36 degrees. Now, if you didn't see the Dr. Evil video, that's because, well, you take 360, you divide it by 5, and that gives you 72. But we don't want the whole 72 degrees when you cut it into how many triangles? You cut it into 5. We don't want all of it. We just want half. And half of 72 is 36. So if you understand that, great. If you don't understand that, I don't know how to help you. So this right here is 36 degrees. Now I'm going to put a little arrow. We're going to use a little trigonometry right here. That's going to be my opposite side. Now this little piece right here in red, that is my apothem, and that also happens to be my adjacent side. So here we go. Let's go ahead and finish this. So right now, if I'm dealing with opposite and adjacent, by the way, yes, we're not going to use so, we're not going to use cub, we're definitely using toa. Very good. So we're using tangents. We're going to write this. The tangent of 36 degrees is equal to 7 over lowercase a. Now when I place this over a 1 and I cross multiply, I get this. A times the tangent of 36 degrees equals 7. So what do I have to divide both sides by? Tangent of 36. Now what's that going to give me? That's going to give me the approximate measure of my apothem, because these will cancel out. So this is going to give me an approximate value for A. So I'm not going to get an exact value, I'm going to get an approximate value. Okay? Let's get that approximate value in our calculator. Make sure your calculator is in degree mode, so make sure it's sitting there in degree mode. And then you're going to do 7 divided by the tangent of 36 and press enter. And that's, what is that measurement right there? That's 9.6, so that's your apothem. So on your paper, what you can do to help yourself out a little bit, you could say your apothem that you're going to need is approximately equal to 9.6. So now we have everything that we need. We have everything for the surface area, all right? We have the p-value. We have the h value, and we're about to find the what? The capital B value, okay? So right here, for perimeter we have 70. For our height we have 8. And what I'm about to plug in, I'm about to plug in the amount for our capital B. So here we go. We're going to find capital B right now. 1/2 times the what? Times the apothem, and that's the apothem. And what did we multiply that by? Times the perimeter. And what was our perimeter? 70. Press enter. So what does this 337.2 represent? That represents the area of the pentagon. That's right. So 337.2 represents the area of the pentagon. So we'll put 337.2. Because that's the area of the base. So let's go ahead and just type in everything. Here we go. Open parentheses, 70 times our height, which is 8, plus 2 times the area of my base. I'm going to go up there and grab it. I love this calculator because you can go up and grab things. And press enter. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0.4. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now, what's your surface area equal to on this problem? 1,234.4. And what's our measurement in centimeters squared? So put centimeters squared. That's your surface area. how are we going to find the volume now for this? The volume is the area of the base times the height. So what's the area of our base? What's our capital B? Right? And our height is 8. So all we have to do in the calculator now is do this. We're going to take the area of the base, which is this right here, press enter, and multiply it by the height, which is 8. And what does that represent right there? That's our volume. Plus. And that's going to be centimeters cubed. Just remember, what does this part right here represent? That's the area of the base. What does this part right there represent? The height. So every single time you see a prism, it's the area of the base times height. When I ask you what's the volume of a prism, you don't say base times height. That's the area of a parallelogram or a rectangle or a square. Area of the base times height is the volume of a prism. And now you know the surface area of this and the